This week, we are looking at part 3 of the IELTS speaking exam, and the questions that were reported by a candidate are on the topic of work-life balance. Here on the screen, you see the full scripted sample, and let's listen to the demonstration now.
We've been talking about time, and I would like to ask you a few more questions about this topic. Why don't people have enough time nowadays?
I think there are several reasons for this. Firstly, I believe instant messaging technology has made it difficult for people to disconnect from their professional lives. For example, it's hard to ignore a request from a coworker if they can see through an app that you are online. Further, in my country, life in general has become more expensive, and this has demanded people commit more time to their professions. Often, both partners in a household need to work, which means household chores must be done in their free time.
Is it necessary for people to relax during the working day?
I think people should have the option, yes. Among jobs where a worker's alertness is a safety concern, such as an airline pilot or a surgeon, periods for recuperation are enforced by law. Long stretches of non-stop work, especially strenuous work, can have serious health effects as well. Further, I think people are more productive when they are given short breaks throughout their workday. So it's not only good for the well-being of the worker, but also the well-being of their organization.
How can people achieve better work-life balance?
First and foremost, it's important to allot time in your schedule where you completely disconnect from technology. People should regularly put their devices on silent and avoid interruption, or leave these devices at home when they do short errands or exercise outdoors. I would even go so far as to declare to work colleagues the timings at which you can't be reached, whether that's lunchtime, evenings, or weekends. People should also prioritize work-life balance by writing clear goals for the important relationships in their lives. For example, parents should actively strive to be mentally present when speaking to their children.
Does current technology cause people to waste time or save time?
It does both. It makes it possible to communicate instantly with people, which could be helpful if you want to tell your friend you need to urgently change some plans. However, it's also a source of a tremendous amount of distraction. I mean, it's so common nowadays to be talking in person with someone only to receive a mundane mobile notification. I guess I would have to say that technology wastes as much time as it saves.
Thank you. That is the end of the speaking exam.
Because this is part 3 of the exam, you can see that the candidate does a good job of expanding their answer. There are many instances of very strong transition language. The candidate says, firstly, for example, further, often, such as, so, but also, first and foremost, whether that's, which could, however, and I mean. All of these phrases help to connect the speaker's ideas and help the listener better understand what they are saying. In this YouTube video, we will do a shadowing exercise that uses these 2 sentences. To get access to the full shadowing exercise, go to IELTSspeakingblog.com. If this is your first time doing a shadowing exercise, remember that you should be speaking after the model. So you will hear the prompt, and then you will be given a pause within which to repeat what you have heard. Okay, let's start this week's shadowing exercise. Enjoy.
How can people achieve better work-life balance?
First and foremost, it's important to allot time in your schedule where you completely disconnect from technology. First and foremost, it's important to allot time in your schedule to allot time in your schedule 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 in your schedule. It's important to allot time in your schedule It's important to allot time in your schedule where you completely disconnect from technology. Completely disconnect 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 completely disconnect from technology from technology where you completely disconnect from technology. Where you completely disconnect from technology. First and foremost, it's important to allot time in your schedule where you completely disconnect from technology. First and foremost, it's important to allot time in your schedule where you completely disconnect from technology. People should regularly put their devices on silent and avoid interruption. Regularly put their devices on silent. Regularly put their devices on silent. On silent. On silent. Put their devices on silent. And avoid interruption. 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 And avoid interruption. People should regularly put their devices on silent and avoid interruption. People should regularly put their devices on silent and avoid interruption. Or leave these devices at home when they do short errands or exercise outdoors. Leave these devices at home. Devices. Leave these devices at home when they do short errands or exercise outdoors. Short errands, short errands, exercise outdoors. Outdoors, outdoors. Exercise outdoors. When they do short errands or exercise outdoors. Or leave these devices at home when they do short errands or exercise outdoors. Or leave these devices at home when they do short errands or exercise outdoors.
I hope you found that exercise helpful. Remember to go to IELTSspeakingblog.com to access the full exercise this week. Thank you for watching, and tune in again next week for another shadowing exercise.